Hey, if you're looking to buy a house in and around the Leyton E10 area, stay tuned. If not, please press the skip button or carry on with the video that you're about to watch. Today's video, I'm going to share with you a fantastic interview with Jamie Franks from E10 Homes. So let's get straight into it. And Jamie's going to give you the 4 essential tips on buying your dream home. Got you along here today as a local Leyton agent covering E10. What are the postcodes do you cover there?
So we cover E10, E11, and E17. We cover other areas, but they're our main focus.
E17, wasn't that a band?
That was a band, yeah. It was a band, yeah. I think one of them still lives around there as well, so quite authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. So obviously this video is all about buying home, and obviously there's no better person I'd like to speak to about that than yourself. So what can we sort of, educate the home buyer, if we stay focused on that as opposed to looking at selling as well? We'll do that in another video. But in terms of people buying in the area, what sort of tips is there sort of, I know there's obviously estate agents have loads of tips, but if we can keep it to the top 4, if we can, I find that as a nice round number. But if we can give 4 golden nuggets in less than sort of 5 minutes for the viewer today, and obviously, I'll end this and I'll start it with, if you'd like to reach out to Jamie and his team, then I'll put the links in below so you can maybe pop down to the office or, schedule a chat.
Cool.
And, you can speak to a friendly agent. So anyway, what can we say from a 4-tip point?
I think really there is things that you can do as a buyer to get yourself in the best position possible. So a couple of those things would be speaking to a mortgage broker and getting everything in place so that you know how much you can afford to buy at. That will obviously set your expectations. It'll also allow you to look at the right type of properties. Before you view any properties, a lot of agents will ask you anyway, have you got those things in place? Because the property market in E10 especially is still very, very busy and very competitive. You can also make some phone calls to solicitors to get them in place, get all the paperwork, get some quotes. So again, you've got those sort of figures in mind, and you've also got a solicitor ready to act on your behalf as soon as your offer is accepted. I know that when I get offer forms from buyers, if they haven't got a solicitor, it will take them another week or so to get all that in place from having their offer accepted. So getting those sort of things in place and prepared is really, really important. I think that sort of leads on to the second point, is expectations as buyers as well. So timescales, how long things take, and how much you as a buyer will need to speak to your solicitor and make sure that they're doing everything they can in a timely and speedy fashion. Buying a property, a leasehold, could take anything between 12 to 15 weeks sometimes because of all the inquiries. A freehold can be a lot quicker, but if you've got all those things in place, like a solicitor, your mortgage broker, all in place at the beginning, it will speed up that process leading into the purchase of the property. I think the thing that we find a lot is where people look for properties. So we actually list all our properties on social media first before they go on all the major portals. And we sell a lot of properties off market. So, and what I mean by off market is they don't go on Rightmove, they don't go on Zoopla. They go to people that we're already dealing with, that are registered with us, following us on social media. We get them into viewings a week earlier before the open house. And I think as long as the seller is happy with the price that they've got, the buyer's obviously got a property that no one else can have because it never even hit the market. So there's a lot more pleasure in that. But, again, you just not looking on the portals is a big thing. Because like I said, we sell, I think just last month, we probably sold about 5 properties that didn't hit Rightmove or Zoopla. So when you're looking for a property, look on Instagram, try and find the local agent's social media platforms, because if they've got an active agent, then they will be putting the properties on there as well. And I think the last thing is try and see as many properties as you can fairly quickly. So when you go out and view properties, view maybe 5 or 6 in a day for a couple of weekends. What it will help you do is get your expectations as to what you can afford and what you can buy all in one. And then it will help you make a decision further down the line when you do see the right property. If you don't see everything within your budget that ticks maybe 3 out of 5 boxes, you're definitely going to miss a property that actually was probably maybe the right one for you. So, you know, not always looking at the pictures and thinking, right, that doesn't suit me, not looking, go and view it, see it, and you'll be able to finally come to a decision. So I think they're the main things. If I was a buyer, I would be doing that to basically find the perfect property in the least stressful way.
Yeah, because there's, you know, it's a long journey, isn't it?
100%.
You know, in terms of obviously, you know, we had a question the other day. What's a chain? What's this thing called a chain? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, so a chain is obviously, you could be a first-time buyer, you're buying a property, then they're buying another property, then they're buying another property. And so I've had chains over the years that I think were like sort of 10, 12 people involved up and down the country. We're in a heavily first-time buyer market. We've got a lot of flats within that sort of price range up to 500,000. And so we're the start of the chain. And obviously a lot of people involved in moving to different places. Again, with that, the key thing is the solicitor. Yeah, so you need to find a really good solicitor. And the way you do that is go on recommendations of the agents that are dealing with them. We work with 2 solicitors. We speak to them on WhatsApp on a daily basis. And so we can get updates. We know what's happening. And that just makes the whole thing a lot easier. When you're in a chain, agreeing completion dates is an absolute nightmare. You've got to please, you know, 6, 7 people so that they can all move on the same day. They've got to arrange removals, time off work, all that sort of stuff. So we employ a sales progressor to do that for us. So she can take that enjoyment on rather than myself. Obviously, we get involved still, but she'll organise that. But it is a massive pain being in a long chain.
Yeah, and it's a good question to ask actually. If when you found the property that you want, finding out the situation of the seller through the agent. The agent relationship is like almost like family. Hopefully, from that moment
100%.
of point. So finding the right agent, and you know, it is really key. And asking that critical question about what's the situation with the property, i.e., have they got to find somewhere? You might find
100%.
a gem might actually be in a vacant possession. That might be nice, or you know, or somebody can break chain, or break chain is basically when they go off to rented. So we want to find a property, hopefully that, like, if there is a chain, as short as possible.
Well, I mean, what we do on all of our viewings is we provide a fact sheet.
Okay.
We give that on the fact sheet. It's all the leasehold information, neighbours, school, broadband, council tax, gas, electrics, the seller's plans moving onwards. So every viewing they get that. And I just say to buyers, look, you're going to ask me loads of questions, no problem. But everything you're going to ask me is on this sheet, so you can take it away. You won't forget any of it. And, you know, again, knowing everything about the property enables you to make a better decision, basically. And there's always questions that buyers ask me, and then after the viewing, send me a text, or what about this, what about that? So my colleague, another Jamie who I work with, he created this sheet that all the sellers fill out, and buyers love it. And again, if you're not getting this information from your agent when you're doing the viewing, you know, what are they really doing? Because giving a brochure with all the pictures, I don't really find useful anymore, because social media, websites and everything, they've got all the pictures there, the video. They want the information about the council tax, roughly how much the gas is, roughly how much the electric is. They can make an educated decision based on, you know, all of those things. And so we find when we're getting offers from people, we're able to get better offers as well, because people know everything about the property.
That's amazing, mate. There's a reason why I had you on.
Yeah,
You are the Lord.
yeah. There's a method behind the madness.
I'm telling you. But yeah, it's really, really cool. That's an interesting point, actually. I know, we interview quite a lot of agents, and they've never said that. They've never. So you are unique in that way, and that's why you're such a great agent, and that's why we've had this chat today to help you as a buyer, first time or second time or whatever. If you're buying a property, then and if you obviously you find this on our socials, then share it with people that friends, family, whoever it is. If you've got
100%.
family members that move in, then share this video. I'm sure they'll find this very, very useful. So again, I'll pop all our socials and everything on below, so you can follow us, follow Jamie on Instagram, Facebook. He's pretty prolific on that with the theme there. So and obviously we'll let you be. But if you've got any questions, again, we'll drop everything in the description and any links that you would need to make that informed choice. All right, take care now. Thanks again, Jamie.
No.